What's up, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we do. That's how we slam it right here on Art for Jesus. Your Copala swag. Okay, I know nevertheless, that's what we're about, especially here on Art for Jesus. We get to explore talents. We want to check how endowed Zambia is in terms of talent. We want to explore your gymnastics. We want people that can cycle a bicycle cycling a bicycle, yeah, or maybe doing some backsummers. We used to say backsummers. We used to say maybe you're a runner, a racer, an athletics. Would want to see all those things coming on board. Also, panga Christianity and that boring vijava. So we need to explore. We need to be involved. We need to be creative. We need to be innovative and stuff like that. We want people that are able to produce songs, be it audio, video. We want people that are able to just sing, maybe mime, better than the owner. Maybe you do cipher. All those things are welcome. It could be sign dance. It could be drama as well. But ladies and gentlemen, today I have a very great man of God right here, and this is no other than he has so much in himself. He is a singer, yeah. He is a producer of video and audio, and I don't know if he raps. We'll get to check out. So Esman, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How is it?
You're looking good.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, in a nutshell, who is Esman?
Esman is a very humble.
Yeah, that much I know.
And I'd say down to earth. I think that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you as a producer. When did you start your production?
I started, that was in 2008. That's when I started learning.
Learning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What prompted the need for learning?
Something happened. I went to do a song, record a song at a certain studio, and I didn't.
So you thought you were a musician, a singer, before you could actually become a producer?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I went to record, the song didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out.
Okay.
So I thought,
if only I knew.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe I can even try. I can start. That's what prompted me to start learning production.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you go to a formal institution? How was your learning process? How did you learn?
The way it happened, it's very fun. No one taught me.
How do you mean?
Or in the studio, he's producing. They are seated behind, watching what he's doing.
Street learning.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's how I learned my production.
Now, people would be wondering yo kopera sibakali. You tell me. Of course, I know I can attest to that, but I don't want to be people's representative or your spokesperson. I know my very first studio that I went into was your studio, and you were my very first ever producer. But you tell me, people would be wondering, because when I'm you tell me, which artists have you worked with? Renowned, if at all, you've worked with a renowned artist.
Okay. I'll start with the Sakala Brothers.
Okay.
Yes, I've worked with the Sakala Brothers. I worked with PJ as well. I worked with Roxy from UK. She's a UK-based artist.
Okay.
Yes. I've also worked with Angela Nyanda.
Okay.
And a number of them.
I see. The list could be endless.
Yes.
But now, tell me, from the look of things, this is a Christian show. And the people that you've highlighted, they are Christians, but in the secular. Tell me, are you a Christian?
I am. I'm a Christian.
What makes you say so? Who told you that you're a Christian?
I know.
How did you know?
Because I'm born again.
How did you get born again? Where did you buy this born again thing from?
That's a story for another day.
Right here, I've brought you here, and I'm the boss here. I'm in charge. I'm not trying to bully you. Are you able to share with us how your experience of being born again came about?
I'm apostolic. I'm new apostolic. And,
Okay.
The way the born again, when talk about born again in New Apostolic and
Mhm.
Pentecost, they're quite different.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So,
In New Apostolic, we baptize even children from the age of, I'd say, even a month or so.
don't tell us
Then
what you do. Tell me how you knew you were born again.
When I received the Holy Spirit.
Okay. All right. You look spirit filled.
Thank you.
All right. Of your production from the time that you started,
Yes.
tell me, do you produce any song, or it's strictly secular, or maybe it's gospel, or it's whatever comes? Tipange koma kwacha.
I don't produce any type of music. I'm selective. I only record gospel, and I'd call it conscious
What's that?
conscious music. I would say, what term can I use? Oh, there's a certain type of music that I can produce.
Like?
Yeah, so what?
And music by your up.
Okay, hip hop.
You don't do
I
that.
don't do that.
Okay.
Produce, yes.
Why? Any specific reasons?
I'm not really. I would say I'm not a fan of that type of music. I don't feel
Is it about you being a fan, or it's about you being in business and then you make money out of it?
it's not about being in business. The first thing is, do you love what you do?
Okay.
So the first thing that I look at is the love for what I do. Then the business part of it comes after the love.
So let's bring it down a little bit.
Yes.
Do you love all the gospel songs that people bring in your studio, or there are certain songs mwaziva chef okay asembenezeko chena shansi nyimbo asembena ichita rearrange?
Chinga, chinga.
Do you love all the songs that you produce in your studio, be it in the gospel circles?
I love all the songs that I produce.
Okay.
But to answer your question is, there are certain songs that the person will bring, but you feel they can do better. I help. I help to rearrange and advise the artist. Because I'm
Okay.
also, like you said, I'm also a songwriter.
Like I said, are you? Me saying and you confirming it, two different
I'm a
things.
songwriter,
Okay,
yes.
great.
Yes.
Of the Zambian industry, how would you say production in terms of you audio producers? How are you faring?
50. I would say 50 out of 100.
Are you doing a good job?
Yes.
Are
and
you
no.
leaving much to desire?
Yes and no.
Justify or
Yes, in the
explain
sense
your.
that yes, the music industry has improved
Mhm.
when it comes to sound.
Mhm.
But the no part is that most of us we want to sample, to copy other sounds, the Western sounds.
What's wrong with that?
I think that's no. When you're sampling, you copy and paste. There is no creativity in it.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. So that's limiting us in terms of our growth as an industry.
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Because I think you're right. Because especially in the secular music, when you hear a certain sound comes, dum, 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 you hear this one,
The other one-
runs on it, the other
See?
one there until it's done and dusted.
That's the thing.
Of the upcoming artists,
Yes.
tell me, what should they do? Probably let's look at it from this angle. What are some of the challenges that you faced as a producer? Starting from the scratch, you go to a studio, the producer does a below par job.
Mhm.
You think you could actually learn and do better, then you get into that. What are some of the challenges that you faced
Challenges as a musician,
as a producer,
as a producer.
or both, if you
Okay.
like?
I'll start as a musician first. There is that issue of even upcoming Susie at number kudala.
Mhm.
There's this person who wants to bring in new ideas, but because you think you know it all, you end up shunning that person's idea.
Is that from a producer's point of view?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm talking as a musician now.
Okay. Yes, but a
Because
producer is trying to pull you down.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. The other reason might be because that person can't do what you are trying to bring out.
Mhm.
So instead of being open and say imwana siningakwanise
Mhm.
angakwanise
Niuja mgazi?
but uipangasha ta diviziva bonse.
Then kubocha manje sivizivika ngati chenda kusokoloka chibula kuno.
Yes.
But it's moving, but you don't know whether it's going forward or backwards.
Exactly. That's the
Okay.
thing, yeah.
And then as a producer,
As a producer, the challenge is upcoming musicians.
let's talk of you as an upcoming. Let's talk of upcoming producers.
Yes.
Is there such a thing? Okay, upcoming producers
Maybe.
or new breed in the production industry.
Yes, there is.
Mhm. What are the challenges that are there? You never know. Maybe I'm planning to venture into it.
Challenges.
So that I give you competition. Huh?
Challenges that are there, I'd say, are there a few
Okay.
challenges.
So tell me, have you had it a smooth road all the way from the time you started up until now?
No.
But why are you struggling to point out it?
Okay, I think the challenge would be when you haven't done anything that is convincing to people.
To the public?
Yes, to the public. Things that maybe, say, you haven't produced anything that is on radio or TV.
So you
It's
begin to lose
difficult.
confidence in yourself?
No, people tend to lose confidence. They don't know what you can offer. So it's difficult for them to come to you and work with you.
Don't you begin to question yourself as a producer? Why haven't I released something that is convincing to the public?
No, you can produce good stuff, but the problem is that you find that the people you are producing, they are not pushing the stuff.
How do you convince people to come to your studio as a producer? How do you convince talented musicians? Because I think it's another thing. If I want to go to a certain studio, I need to know the quality, produced, backed from that house.
It's not just about the quality and the creativity part of it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So you can produce something which is of high quality, good standard, but
Lacking
it lacks-
creativity.
Yes. So people won't be able to come because these days, in fact, if not all producers, they are doing a very good job.
So
Quality-wise.
what is the bait that the producers use to hook the musicians?
Creativity.
Creativity. All right. Let's look at it as we wrap up from this angle. Where do we see you in the next 2 years?
Next 2 years.
Yes, as a producer.
As a producer, I'm planning to come up with a record label.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Why having one?
why having one? The industry is quite stiff. The
Okay.
competition is stiff.
Mhm.
A lot of good quality music, but there are no record labels in Zambia.
Let me check this. Is there such a thing as beef amongst you producers?
Beef.
Ananibera muntu wanga anachita bwanji? No, I can't call him to help me with creativity on this particular song.
I've heard there is, but haven't.
You haven't tested the
No.
waters. Why?
As I'm open. I work with every person who's willing to work with me.
Have you called on somebody to assist you on a particular song?
Yes.
All right.
In fact, taking the data there, we work together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
People.
I'd say, let me point out one person. Kelvin Mwene.
Okay.
Yes, I worked with Kelvin Mwene.
Obviously, if you talk of Kelvin Mwene, they're the creams of Zambian production names here. But then, Kyle, you probably want to learn.
Mhm.
But do we have the likes of Mwene coming down to you, or even lower to people that are just coming up as producers? Have you gone to people that are younger than you in production?
Yes, I have.
Are you able to point out one?
Yes.
Okay. Which one?
There's a guy called Noisemaker.
Okay.
Yes, a very good R&B dance or hip hop producer.
Okay.
Yes. So there's this song that I wanted to bring different fusion and number of genres trying to
Okay.
put them together. Yes.
Mhm.
So I wanted a few of dance or kalindula.
And you're not good in that area.
No.
Ah, okay. I think it is a strength in a person to realize your weaknesses. Because if you realize your weaknesses and then you are able to, identify the person that can really cushion up on the area where you're not really so good, it helps to bring out the best. I want you to look in the camera and give us your closing remarks.
Well,
Under 10 seconds.
yes, thank you for. Did you invite me? Or what was it?
Thank you for asking your questions. Okay.
Yes, and well, to my fans there, I'd say look out for good music, good sound. And
Also, our
good
producers
video.
were my fans.
Yes.
Chinali,
Chinali,
all right.
yeah.
Let's see you on the other side. Thank you so much.